When people come to us looking to get over their past, get beyond their failures, it is up to you and I to provide them with righteous and scriptural counsel. Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, final day of the double Torah portion, Matot, Masei, and also the conclusion of the book of Bamidbar, or Numbers. So let's go to chapter 35, where we find the command from Yahweh to Moshe that when they enter into the land, Israel is to establish cities of refuge. The idea behind these cities is twofold. One, these are Levitical cities. These are cities that are designated as habitation for the Levitical priesthood in particular. They're granted land surrounding their cities for farming and growing of crops. But as they do not receive a tribal allotment of a territory, these cities are scattered throughout the nation. And again, they're primarily used to provide housing for the Levitical priest. But they're also called a city of refuge in this respect. If one accidentally takes the life of a fellow Hebrew, then they can flee to one of these cities, whichever is nearest, and there they can find refuge from the avenger of the blood. Now while this hasn't been made into some movie plot or some sort of series on television, I have no idea. I think it would be fascinating and really entertaining. But the concept of the avenger of the blood is that he is the kinsman of someone who has been slain. Now, it was an accident. It wasn't intentional. This is not first-degree murder. This is what we in America would call manslaughter. It was an accidental death. But nevertheless, because a family member has been slain, their blood must be avenged. So let's look a little closer at these particular cities and listen to the meaning of their names. Kadesh, set apart, to be dedicated and prepared. Shechem, or Shechem, it references the shoulder or the back where the neck turns from one side to the other, given the idea of it's time to make a choice. Hebron, association, a fellowship, to unite or to join together. Betzer, it's gold or that which is restrained or hidden as a secret. Secrets hidden and revealed. That which is brought to light. Ramoth Gilead, it is a rocky heap of stones for a witness. And then finally Golan, which is captivity or exile. Now the meaning of these cities' names gives us an understanding that when one has conducted their life in such a fashion as it has now resulted in someone's death, maybe it's because we failed to make good choices. Maybe because we're careless. Maybe because we just seem to be accident prone. Regardless, there are those situations in life where it seems like things easily rise up and cause us calamity or calamity to those that are around us. So one entering into a city of refuge then, hopefully, prayerfully, would be taught and instructed by the Levitical priesthood how to make better sense of their lives. So they would learn about being set apart and dedicated, better prepared. As in Shechem, then they would learn to make better choices in life. At Hebron, they would learn about the need of association and fellowship, being united and joined together. At Betzer, they would allow the hidden stuff to come to the light, to be revealed so they could deal with it. They would deal with a rocky heap of stones as a witness. They would witness that my past is over and my future is in front of me. And then in Golan, they would learn about the fact that even though I am safe here in a city of refuge, I'm in fact in exile. I'm a place of captivity. So we will learn in a city of refuge, hopefully, to change our lives. When people come to our congregation, when they seek us out relationally, are we helping them to better their lives, or are we teaching them basically to do as we do and hoping for the best? When someone associates with us, when someone partners with us, if they are a protege for us, that we're grooming and shaping in the things of the Word, learning to walk in the Spirit, then we need to make sure we're not ourselves walking in the flesh and walking outside the Word. We need to be careful. Let's go a little bit further with this. The path to the cities of refuge had to be kept clean. That is, rocks, fallen trees, debris, holes, ruts, all this had to be removed. These roads had to be maintained. The idea was that the road itself should not impede the progress of the one who was fleeing for their lives. Now, if the avenger of the blood was able to catch up to the one who had slain a family member, they could take their life. Avenging the blood. So the path had to be cleared so that they could make best progress to a place of refuge. The other side of that is the one in pursuit also had an unimpeded path. So it was the victory to the swiftest in this instance. In Hebrew, the term avenger of blood is Goel Hadam. Hadam meaning the blood. Goel, now where have we seen that word before? Here it's translated avenger. Elsewhere, it's redeemer. So it's the redeemer of the blood. The kinsman redeemer, the Goel, was one that would rescue a family member who had fallen into such financial straits that they had to sell themselves as a slave to pay off their debt. They were also the one that would rise up and marry a widow of a brother to raise up an heir to a brother if he had not provided one for himself. In the case of homicide, then this obligation fell to the Goel as well. Jewish commentator Jacob Milgram writes this, quote, Adam is created in Yah's image, which is an idiom that is used for the father-son relationship. By declaring himself to be man's kinsman, Yahweh automatically becomes man's blood redeemer, obligated to execute each and every murderer. So now if we go back to the book of Bamidbar, or Numbers, in 35:19, we find then that the one who was called the Goel, the avenger or redeemer of the blood, is obligated to find and execute the family member's murderer. Who is behind the first murder that Yochanan chapter 8 and verse 44 references? What about Yochanan 10:10? The thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So Yah, having declared himself to be the avenger of man's blood in his murder, will bring Hasatan and his cohorts to bear on their crimes of destroying our lives. It also teaches us in this chapter that when the high priest dies, that the one in the city of refuge is free to go. Yeshua, our high priest, in his death, liberated us from those things that were unintentional in our lives, declaring us free. But he is also the Goel Adam. At least in the Battle of Armageddon, he is going to bring about the death of those who have sought the murder and destruction of Am Israel. No one's going to get away with it. They're going to pay the price. Those that have presented themselves as the enemy of the Most High, Yah has something special in mind for them. He will catch up to them. The path is clear, and he will bring about their execution as our kinsman redeemer. Shabbat Shalom. May you be encouraged. We'll talk to you again next week. Until then, shalom.